I'm back again talking about level 60 in 5th age. And I know many of you guys have been wondering, many of you guys supported the video. Thank you guys for reaching out the video. Bunch of comments, bunch of views. And I have great news today. I got a smile on my face. I just got off the phone with Ratbeard today and Artie, and we were talking, and level 60 will be coming back to Wizard 101 for 5th age PvP. It'll be in the next test realm update. They're going to be adding a 4th kiosk with level 60 through 69. So I think you're probably wondering, how did this happen? Kenny, why are you the messiah of level 60 PvP right now? It is what it is. But let's actually get into this. I'm going to talk about what we talked about, me, Ratbeard, and Artie. I'm going to be talking about hopeful plans for level 60. I also want to talk about you guys for how this actually ended up happening. How we saved level 60 basically. So let's start it off with a happy note. Thank you guys, all the support, bro. Everyone DMing Ratbeard, everyone messaging, our small community of 60 people that spread the video, everyone that commented, spread the video, spread the love of level 60, end up getting out to Ratbeard. And he ended up contacting me through the video, and we ended up going on Discord, and that's how we ended up talking. But thank everyone in the 60 community for making this happen. Everyone just spreading the love for level 60, all the small community coming together. I know some of you guys, we're talking crap about it, but that's a laugh on you moment because now it's coming back. But yeah, no, shout out to the community, man. The community banded together for this to really bring back level 60 PvP. Okay, so by the way, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Forgot to tell you that. But let's actually get into what we talked about in the Discord call today. So first off, Artie and Ratbeard ended up talking about just 60 in general, and just why, and just the level systems they picked for the game. So why did they pick 50, 100, and 150 for the leagues, and why they didn't add any other tiers? So they basically described in short term here, 50 because of Arc 1, 100 because of Arc 2, and obviously max because end game content. And I personally have no issue with this. I think that's a great issue, and I know many of you guys don't have an issue with it. Obviously, the level 30s and under 50 are a little sad, but, it's sadly not going to happen, so you will have to go to 50. But, I understood where they're coming from for the arcs. I think we all can understand why they chose those 3 major points of the game. But I think after talking to Ratbeard and Artie, I think what their confusion was more, why are people gathered at 60 and at these weird different, areas? I think they kind of knew because of the gear and those power spikes, so people stop at 30 because of the Mount Olympus gear. It's a big power spike. People like to stalemate there. Level 60 because you have Waterworks, you have House of Scales, you got craftable gear. So I think that one definitely is the reason for 60, and I think they know that, but I think they just wanted a different opinion from someone that actually does 60 all the time. So we ended up talking for a while, and I basically explained to them that they asked me some questions about what would make new players want to play PvP. Their whole goal is to have new players come in. They want more players so these leagues actually have good queue time, so you're not waiting hours on end to find a match. Why would we make a level 60 league compared to all these other levels? We want to force people to 50, 100, 150. Why do a 60? What are the benefits of 60 that are different from 50 but also different from 100? Because they're kind of the same. So basically what I said is the big gear. There's a big gear power spike, which is Waterworks, House of Scales, and craftable gear. And you can combine these and make different sets of gear. You also have Warlord gear, which is now going to be removed, but at the moment it's a big part of the game. And I think this is what I described them, is that makes up level 60 because there's so many different gear sets you can do and put together. And a lot of different schools use different variants kind of for the meta. Even though most schools will use the Warlord boots, but those will be gone now. So the meta is going to be crazy now. And then I think Artie asked me, so if we remove all the gear, let's say just theoretically remove the gear, what makes level 60 still level 60 then? If there's this gear that's really good for the level isn't there. And I basically explained that the lore spells, you can actually craft lore spells at 60, which is a big representation of 60 compared to 50. So if you want to, you can't really say 50 and 60 are super alike just because of the fact that you can craft lore master spells at level 60, which changes the strategy of a lot of different schools in itself. And obviously the gear changes a lot of strategies because, let's take Storm. I gave him a prime example, which is Storm. Storm at level 50 is going to have 2,000, maybe 200 HP. But Storm at level 60 is going to have 3,100, 3,200 if you play it right, maybe 3,000 health on the dot. So that's 1,000 extra HP, which you can work around, which makes different strats. Because at level 50, you're going to be stuck to kind of one different meta of just trying to one-shot before you can almost take one single hit. Level 60, you can take a good 2 hits. You have to play it right, but obviously your meta changes completely, your strat changes completely. And 60 going to 100, there's a big difference, obviously, because of just the overall spells that are added. We have the new Jins, we have new conditionals. There's so many different spells that get added, and the gear is just completely different playstyle with way more HP. Just once again, it's just another HP change. This is kind of what I described to them. It's just a big HP change that makes the meta completely different than level 60. Level 60 is kind of that weird in-between child, and Rapid and them understood that. It's just in a weird place because so many people stay there. We also talked a little bit about the new gear that they made. So they made a new Malistaire gear. They made a bunch of new gear that you can buy in Test Drum right now for these respectable levels, level 50, 100, and 150. They did say they're not going to be having this gear for level 60 because, you know, this is kind of last minute, and honestly, level 60 already has so many different options that you can mismatch and pick from that we don't really need this new gear. Obviously, the gear would be nice in the future to have these crown gear available to craft and everything, all these nice pieces, but right when the game, when the test ROM and everything comes out with level 60, they're not going to be having this gear for us, which is fine. We can, that's perfectly fine. Just level 60 in itself being revived is perfectly fine with a lot and many other players. As I see, I got disconnected here, but we're gonna continue the video. By the way, this is my Storm. I was gonna do Grand PvP, but since level 60 is coming back, you know Storm PvP level 60 is gonna be happening, so watch out for that real soon. So how exactly did I get to talk to Raptor and them? Because this is like a bucket list thing, man. I never thought I'd get to talk to the devs on Wizard 1, you know. And basically, it's just because of you guys, man. You guys blew up the video. A lot of comments. Raptor reached out to me because they haven't been able to talk to many people that do lower levels of PvP. And it was a great time talking to them. They're great guys, you know. I know a lot of people give them crap and everything, and, you know, honestly, sometimes, you know, maybe it is due to some respect, some of the crap that they do get, but they really are trying to make the game better. And I understand where they're coming from for the levels that they pick. But I just want to give Ratbeard and Artie and all of them a round of applause for actually listening to the community and bringing back level 60, man. You have my utmost respect for that. And, you know, I can't thank you guys enough. And I want to thank, bro, I can't stop thanking all of you guys that plugged level 60, man. Like, let's go, bro. We're bringing this back. You know, call me the Messiah of level 60, all right? I want to be, bro, your boy's the GOAT, all right? Remember that. Some other things that we talked about, we definitely were future implications. So they're definitely going to be doing that big gear audit, kind of wishy-washy term for it, but they're going to be changing a lot of the stats of the gear. So that will be happening to 60, which is going to be a big thing. Like the Waterworks gear is definitely going to get adjusted, zigzag, all of that. But that won't be for a while. They said it's not going to be for a while, so we don't have to worry about that yet. But I think that'll bring new metas, which is good, because right now the stats are very inconsistent. So I brought up the point that life gear, for some reason, is the second highest Waterworks damage, which doesn't make any sense because they can get the same HP almost as ice with good resist, but also have the second highest damage in Waterworks. I don't know why fire doesn't get the second highest. It's very inconsistent on the levels, which doesn't make too much sense. I think overall the spellements are going to make a big change for 60. I think we're going to see some new metas. You know, death is obviously top tier, but I think we're in for a good run of seeing some new metas. You know, they buff some spells, they buff some classes. I'm ready to see a new meta level 60. We got rid of Warlord gear, so no more Warlord boot and the staff of the flashing blades. We also got rid of Duelist Athem and Athame, so we're going to have to be using Grizzleheim, level 56, kind of 58, 56 ring and Anthems. We also might want to use some Zafaria ones. So for Ice, for example, could use the Elsa's Chillband, which is level 66. It gives pretty good stats. So it's going to make completely new meta for level 60, which is going to be so crazy. And it's going to be 60 through 69, which is going to be great, so we don't have to use the Jin spells at level 70. And it's still going to be level 60 play, but just completely new meta because of all the new gear. You know, everyone's not going to have these super tanky stats due to Warlord gear. I personally think removing Warlord gear, greatest update that actually comes, because so many schools can have these broken stats at 60 at these lower levels because of these boots that give such good stats with a 13 flat resist, 40 block, power pip. It's just OP. Everyone can admit that. Like, no school should always just have that accessible boots. But I think we're in for a good meta, a good change, and obviously they're doing the league system, so they always can adjust things. So, like, you know, obviously if people have issues, if people have any concerns, if people still have questions or anything they want to ask, just DM Ratbeard on Twitter. He will try to reply to people. He has replied to me, he's replied to many others. If you guys have things you probably want to see with level 60, hopefully that'll be one. Another big thing we did talk about is the no crit, no block in level 60, because each league has their own version of their tier. So we have no crit, no block, we have no shadow pip, and that's kind of how it makes the tier special. So Artie was really bringing up the point that what will level 60 have, and I vouched for the point of level 60 should have no crit, no block. But Artie brought up an interesting point that they could either go that route or they could go the route of just toning down the crit percentage altogether, so making it even lower than it already is, so crit isn't that much of a big deal. But personally, I think that crit being removed from level 60 would be just an overall benefit in the play of actual level. Many of you guys can agree, many of you might disagree, you know. They also did confirm that mutes will not be able to play PvP in the next update, so I know that rumor's been spreading around, but that will be false. And we also talked a little bit of leveling down, and it's looking like leveling down probably isn't going to happen because Wizard 101, the actual like coding of the game just doesn't let that happen. But I know they're definitely trying to work ways around it because they're having the lock-in feature for levels, which is a great update. But the level down, I don't know if that's coming or not. You know, obviously many like myself do want that update because I have an exalted level 101, which kind of sucks, and I would love to see that level down feature. But if they can't do it, you know, I guess I understand it, the game doesn't let you, but hopefully that'd be something we could maybe see in the future too, though. But yeah, future changes maybe we could see to 60. They're gonna be crazy, you know. I want to see some new gear audited, so like all of the waterworks gear, all of it gets changed. The stats are gonna be different. Meta is gonna be different. Hopefully certain spells and stuff get removed. And one thing I would like to see is probably the remove of decathlon decks, purely because balance can run some broken stuff with the judgment feint strat. If you know, you know. If you use it, you do know. That definitely is something else. But yeah, no, I would like to see just a whole new meta for 60, and I'm ready to see what 5th age brings. Hey, if you guys catch me in the arena, Alia, we got here Alia Day. I'm going to be leveling her up to 60. You'll probably see me in the arena real soon because I'm going to be trying to get Surge before 5th age actually comes. And if you guys see me, say hi, you know, drop some love. And hey, make sure you guys drop some love for Rapper and Artie for actually adding level 60, you know. I didn't think this would actually come. I was ready to drop and quit the game. But make sure you guys drop some love for Kings Out for this one. They're actually listening to the community. I'm very proud that they're listening, and they brought back level 60, man. So, hey, and remember, I'm the Messiah of level 60. Remember that. But y'all take it easy.